Okay, what's going on, everybody? We've made it back to Canada's Cold War Museum, the DIEFENBUNKER. We start right away with some of those FATMAN matchups. I'm gonna tell you in advance, ignore the reflection here. But we have the scene right here, right in front of the DIEFENBUNKER, where Walton Goggins is coming out after his shooting practice. Does his shooting practice in record time, then he comes out here with his gun to his car, which was parked right here, right in front of that thing right there, seen in the movie, that tree as well. Sorry about the reflection. See that tree right there behind him, as well as that tower as well too. And then we have Walton Goggins as he's answering his phone right here in front of this pole. And little shit, Billy Weenan gives him a call. You see those trees right there? That grouping of trees right there. It's kind of angled like this. Looks closer always in the film, right? Wide angle lens, but he's standing right in front of that pole, answers his phone, and Billy says, "Got a job for you. I'd like you to kill Santa Claus."
That's not gonna be easy.
Well, if you're not interested.
Absolutely bitter cold, so we're heading into the Cold War Museum. We're going down, underground, through the blast tunnel. I got some more movie shots and stuff to match up as well. And we'll go over some of the Cold War DIEFENBUNKER history. Let's go. Gained entry here into the Cold War Museum, the DIEFENBUNKER. The DIEFENBUNKER, look at the size of this thing right here. Here it is. Here's the blast tunnel. You make your entry through. So the general belief is that they came through this direction, but I'm pretty darn sure they filmed them this way. Looking at the pipe there on the side, the number of lights right here, and of course, what look like doors on the left of them right here. These things here. Not something that's covered by many people. I've covered it a couple times, once with Rob on location. We matched up a lot of Son of a Critch shots that were also filmed here. So there is a scene in Sum of All Fears where after they come through the blast tunnel, which again, in this direction, they enter that way. So you do see this area in the Sum of All Fears as well as they enter. Wall to the left is the same down here as well, and same with that piping to their right. Could have been over there. I think it was back where I just showed, but it could have come through those doors down there as well. Because immediately after that, they end up walking this way and enter the DIEFENBUNKER over here.
Whatever you're doing, and get to the nearest safe place fast. Duck and cover wherever you are. There's no time to look around or wait.
DIEFENBUNKER here was used in case of a nuclear attack. It goes down about 4 or 5 stories underground. That's where we're heading.
Very well point to this night and say that was the night the Cold War really ended. The wall is still standing, but as you can see, it isn't a barrier anymore. East Germany's borders have been opened wide, all of them. For months, the country's leaders have watched as tens of thousands of their people stream to the west.
Be some more matching up from this film. They didn't film the whole film here, but I've covered the other location, the Olympic Stadium in Montreal. My Biodome episode, check that out. So you can see other locations from this film, but this is where the blast tunnel was, here in Carp. The DIEFENBUNKER. And there is a couple other scenes they shot here. We'll go over those as well as some other scenes from FATMAN here in the DIEFENBUNKER. And we'll go over some of the Cold War history as well. So I love that though. The blast tunnel. Walk through here in Sum of All Fears after coming through the tunnel. The size of these doors. Humongous vault doors. In here is pretty cool. This is the emergency escape hatch. If the blast tunnel entrance was blocked, 2 emergency hatches provided another way for personnel to get out. That was in here. Right up here. Needed the escape hatch. Interesting. Kind of reminds me of My Bloody Valentine or Sodom's Persecution Mania album. To exit the hatch, an immersive virtual reality experience. The year is 1962. Cuban Missile Crisis is over, but the Soviets have launched a nuclear attack on Canada's capital. That's here in Ottawa. You've made it to the end of the 30-day lockdown period, and radiation levels have lowered outside the bunker to relatively safe levels. You've been given the all-clear to emerge from the bunker and assess the situation. One step towards society's post-disaster recovery. What will the world look like? Here was also used in the Sum of All Fears. You see them coming down this way. And you can see this door, which was opened in the film. It's never opened when you come here to visit, though. Here's them coming through this hallway right here. And this door was opened in the film. They were coming up this way. So they're coming down that ramp right here to the left. So a lot of things are not here anymore. You'll notice that that fire alarm has been removed. And it's a lighter color of blue here, but that's the same hallway right there. There's that middle piece right there. And then Morgan Freeman and this gentleman are coming up the ramp beyond this door right here. Yeah, that's it right there. Wow, I've never looked in there. This is definitely the spot. Looks like they've moved the fire alarm to over there. So you had Morgan Freeman right there. And they were coming around this corner. Very neat. So we'll take another look in there anyway. Morgan Freeman, standing right there. Love Morgan Freeman. Right there. So that's the same centerpiece right there. And closer, that pipe isn't there anymore. That pipe that you see to the left of his head right there, but that's where they were coming down right here. One final shot there. Didn't do too much from Sum of All Fears here, but they filmed that scene right there. You don't see the stairs at all. But if you look at this, beyond this closed door, those lights and that red pipe, still in there. There's the lights and there's the red pipe that you see above their heads. Those 2 lights right there. And that red pipe. Funny, there's another light there that was on the wall. Maybe it's another pipe. Yeah, it's another piping. That seems to have been removed. Cool, I appreciate that. So,
no problem.
I've never been able to see this hallway that Morgan Freeman and this gentleman are walking up the slope from.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, though. All those lights are still the same. That red piping beside the lights.
Pretty much original, yeah.
That's cool. There it is. So it's usually not open to the public.
No. Unless you do the escape game.
Okay. Another shot from the film Zygote here. Look how they set dress the blast tunnel. The lady's telling me it is styrofoam and stuff, which looks like metal.
It was all friction fit because anything that they did had to be 100% reversible.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to check out this film. Zygote. Wow, look at the set dressing they did on the blast tunnel. That's really interesting. Other thing I wanted to match up is past the machine room down here. They call it the Gold Room. So in the film FATMAN, Walton Goggins on Christmas morning is doing his shooting practice. He's a hitman. Right here, beyond this vault door, is the Gold Room. So we'll just get right to the FATMAN matchup, and then we'll take a little tour around. We got it all to ourselves here. So they had it all set up in here. So he's like running a shooting course. He starts over here, and he's going all around these pillars. And the gentleman is timing him. So he's kicking through some doors. All those shooting scenes were filmed in here. They had a bunch of stuff set up that he was shooting at. And then when he finishes, he's over here. You can see the main door to the gold room here. And this paneling, all this. You can see all this behind him when he's talking to the gentleman.
Are you not being compensated for your time?
Yeah, so he talks to the gentleman right here. Let's run it again. You see that? All this. These pillars. The gold room door. See this thing here? And that thing on the wall there. That's all in the shot. So utilized all of this in FATMAN. Pretty cool. I love that movie. So underrated. Walton Goggins, top notch. Massive echo in here. Huge! This space is dedicated to the memory of all those who suffered and perished in the cause of freedom and peace during the Cold War. The Cold War! Okay, I've never heard an echo like that in my life. Never been in here all by myself, so. Hello! Look how long the echo lasts in here. Echo. 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 Take a quick walk around it. Look at the size of the vault doors. These are the biggest vault doors I've ever seen. Please do not touch. I touched it. Look how thick it is. How thick that metal is. Look at this piece here. Get right into the gold room. Look how thick that is. My goodness. And you can take a walk around the entire gold room. See, the Bank of Canada vault is what the gold room was actually used for. Kept a large quantity of gold to guarantee the value of Canadian currency. During a nuclear war, the gold had to be kept safe from destruction and radiation. Interesting. Here's a shot of the doors right here from the 70s, and this whole hallway as well. This is the corridor that connects the vault to the main bunker. With few open spaces in the bunker, this corridor also functioned as a fitness area after the vault was decommissioned in 1971. So it was all red here. Those are these walls right here. Wow, so you can see those pipes right there. That is very cool. That's cool. I love doing comparisons. 1971, this exact hallway. There it is in 1971. And now here's the shot, 2025. There's the vault doors there. There are those pipes, same walls, just not painted anymore. And that is why they call it the gold room. Alright, just heading up the rampway in this hallway where they're coming down, and Sum of All Fears. So they got a cafeteria and everything up here. They also filmed a movie called Two Lovers and a Bear here. Wow, I always like coming in here. Look at this, national radio NC-240D HF receiver. Liberated from the bunker at CFB Borden in 1998. Wow. Very interesting. Got this old typewriter here. Maybe I'll sign my name here. Oop. The pen's dead. Pen's dead. No wonder nobody's signed in. Maybe it was down here that my grandfather worked. That's a 1950s amateur radio station. Wow. Ranger transmitter from 1954. This thing here. Yep. Oh, the radiation levels are too high. Alright. We're gonna hunker down here. Come this way. This was the CANEX. A little bit of Canada. Ensuring all military members have access to familiar goods no matter where they are stationed in the world. Even 4 stories underground. Shot of it back in the day, but this would have been a CANEX. They could get products. We'll go through some of those. Look at this old cash register. Old cash register. Crest toothpaste. Couldn't get Colgate. Zest. Coast. If I was stationed here, I'd be asking for Colgate. Q-tips. Push the wax back into your head so it explodes. Brill cream. Look at those old bottles of Head and Shoulders. Aqua Velva. It's like a more modern day bottle of Aqua Velva. Shaving kits. Little Schick injector. Boot polish. We've got your brand. Cigarette smoking. Within the bunker was allowed until the mid-80s when CFS CARP became one of the first Canadian government facilities to ban it. It's no surprise then that cigarettes were part of the regular inventory at CANEX, a convenience for smokers stationed here as well as comfort during stressful periods. Oh my God, look at that old bottle, or old package of Whoppers. I've never seen that old Whoppers logo. Old Kit Kat, Nielsen milk chocolate, Raisinets, old 7-Up bottles, Diet Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, Canada Dry, those old Coca-Cola cups. Wow, look at that. Love it. So pleasing to my eyes. That old Prince Albert can. Pipe and cigarette tobacco. Players. Matches. Wow, old cherry blossoms. Look at the old oatmeal cream pies and Smarties. Oh my God. Roundtree Smarties. Old Pringles. Cold and storage morgue. In the depths of the bunker, where we are now, cold rooms preserved enough food to keep everyone fed and healthy. Realistic planning also meant designating one of the cold rooms as a possible morgue. Oh my. Right over here is the freezer/morgue, where they kept foods, of course, to keep them cold and fresh. You see some bread there, grapes, fruit, vegetables, and also a body bag with a corpse in it. Got this area over here. Flour and canned foods, pork and beans, evaporated milk, peanut butter, all-purpose flour, wrestling garbage cans kept behind here in the Hell in a Cell. This was actually used during filming though. When they come out of that hallway in Sum of All Fears, from over here they head down these stairs. And I heard that they actually did do some filming down here, however, they didn't actually use it in the film. But so speaking of filming locations, In here was used in the TV show Son of a Critch. You can actually see the whole table, all these clocks, even the flag, and these TVs. Me and Rob on location, shout out to him. We were matching some stuff up in here. And that wasn't too long ago when they filmed that in here, so everything still matches up today. Check out my other Diefenbunker episode that I did with him if you want to see those matchups. But yeah, all this seen in Son of a Critch. If they outlawed smoking in the bunker in the 80s, why do they still have ashtrays? That Newfoundland time up there. Yeah, that exact flag was in Son of a Critch, as well as those TVs. Very cool. War Cabinet Room. A legitimate emergency government had to have at least 5 people, the Governor General and 4 ministers, one of which would likely be the Prime Minister. So coming from this room here, the War Cabinet Room. Always love checking out this room. These are the phones for the Civil Defense Advisors, National Survival, Briefings Coordinator, Nuclear Defense Ops Advisor. Wow. Air Defense Advisors. Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's Mr. Thrasha. That's right, General Thrasha. You got it. Federal Warning Center. Is actually what this was used for. So that's pretty neat. Alright, look at this old relic. This is an old teletype. Wow, that's something. Send a message out. Wow, I love that sound. Love the feel. Wouldn't have minded it down here. Like I said, my grandfather really didn't like it. This could have been the very room right here. Could have been having to spend his days down here on the click-clackers. The teletypes. I'm gonna write Mr. Thrasha on one of these. Check it out. Mr. Thrasha. Where's the dot? Neat. This here would have been the Prime Minister's suite. Living in the bunker necessarily meant close quarters. Only the Prime Minister and the Governor General had private suites. Lucky them. This is an example of where his office would have been right here. This was his private suite. Isn't that nice? He had his own little map, place to eat, private offices, and his own little bedroom. Ha! He wasn't allowed to sit on his bed. He had his own personal phone. Pretty cool. Little clock there. That's pretty neat. Damn, he had a pretty nice desk. Not too bad. Not too bad. Welcome to the office of General Thrasha. Oh, get the phone call. Hello. This is Thrasha. Oh, really? Really? My God. A volcano. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You in fact have the wrong number. Goodbye. Oh, well, not much going on here today. I'm going home. Wow, this here is a fragment from Hiroshima in 1945. Hiroshima became a synonym for nuclear destruction. It's from the Diefenbunker collection right there. This room here, got this really cool suspended plane. It also has a whole treasure trove of artifacts in here. Lieutenant Colonel McDonald's toiletries. Ew, old toothbrush, comb, some cream, a brush. The leather United States Air Force flying glove, life preserver vest, air navigation ruler, wow, old hot water heater spigot, old handkerchiefs. Who knows what that was used for? These are old tools from forward compartment. Some old rusty wrenches, some scissors. Over here we have a replica of a nuclear core. These are actual artifacts here. Junction T-box, which is connecting bomb electronics to the aircraft. An old guns loaded safety notice sign. Food ration tin can and a key. This is a early computerized gun turret control box. That's pretty neat. Evidence of 1954 U.S. Air Force expedition. Old bottle there. Evidence of post-1997 Canadian Forces mission. And an unidentified handle with a knob. Wow. This looks like an oven mitt, but it's actually an anti-exposure flying glove. Portable conventional bomb hoist crank. Survival kit box top. Survival kit contents from rear bomb bay. Wow, survival manual there. Old rusty spoon. This thing here, bomb release mechanism, number 18. There's an old newspaper article here.
Guys, our strength in the air. They did not understand our determination to fulfill our obligations to the people under our charge. They did not reckon with the will of several million Germans in Berlin who want no part of the same kind of trouble is being imposed upon them.
Checkpoint Charlie's hat and stamp. It's a home shelter. There's a model of what this actually is. It's a home shelter. Yeah. The protection factor of this basement shelter is about 50. Inside, the level of radioactivity would have been 50 times less than outside the home. So you could just sleep here if you needed to hunker down in here. There's a wrestling garbage can. This calendar, January 1963.
Nuclear weapons if necessary, but not necessarily nuclear weapons.
There, we can just sit in here
This wheeling tone for 3 minutes or
and
more.
watch some
Means that
television.
an attack against North America has been detected.
That's some games and stuff. Fallout safety pack. Milko, powdered skim milk, pasteurized. Survival food pack number 5. Beef and vegetable stew, emergency drinking water. Board games. Everything you need to hunker down, even a chair. Sit, watch your television. In case of a nuclear attack.
Do you know the effect of a nuclear explosion? Have you a survival plan for your family?
Got a home in here. The kitchen table. Welcome to the Green family's kitchen. They moved to Ottawa from Red Deer when William Green was posted to Canadian Forces Station Carp in 1961. Similar to my grandfather, he works as a teletype operator in the Royal Canadian Corps of Signals. This was his home. A nuclear family kitchen from 1963. Look at this. This coffee percolator. Huh. Circa 1954. Instant coffee, tea, or pot. Circa 54. Wow. Those old bottles. Cool little stove over there. That old vacuum cleaner in the cupboard. Got a baby chair here. The old cord phone. A nuclear explosion happening outside the window. That old fridge. Wow. The old Leonard. The old Leonard. Got those old sugar and flour canisters. Very cool. The Mystery at Rustler's Fort. Old novel there. Old October 21st, 1957 issue of Life. There's some other artifacts down here. Old iron from 1955. A mixer from 1952. Wow, look at this. Look at this old toaster. Covering a lot of old toasters lately. This one here, 1950 to 1960. And here would be the health center, medical center. In the case of a nuclear event, this compact medical center had to keep all personnel inside the bunker healthy and functioning without outside help or additional supplies. Whether it was dental work, you just had to see the doctor. Diagnostic kit there. Medical dictionaries. Medical supplies. Bandages. We have all the hospital beds and stuff in here. Even in the underground. Look at this, one of these old scales. An old detecto. Their bed over here. This General Electric machine. It's the operating theater. Could sell tickets. The operating theater. We got a whole kitchen over here. The doctor's private office. Over here would actually be the dental office. Dentists had their own office. There's the dental chair there. The message control center. Coded messages would have flooded into the bunker during a nuclear attack. Throughout CFS CARP's operational years during the Cold War, the Message Control Center, MCC, had to sort them quickly and accurately. Yeah, my grandfather actually was stationed here. That's actually when he was brought to Canada, so he did not like it down here. He didn't want to speak of this place, this Cold War DIEFENBUNKER. But he's probably in one of these offices. He could have been in here. The teleprinter repair room. I have no idea exactly what my grandfather did in here, but I know he didn't like it. He did it for a long period of time, so maybe he did teleprinter maintenance. Actually blows up air to keep all this cool. It doesn't overheat. No melt in here. Wow. It's interesting stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Cool air will come from these holes. That old camera there. CBC radio broadcasting studio. Public radio reached millions broadcasting government instructions. During times of crisis, it would have been a lifeline during a nuclear war. Do not disturb. Oh. Interesting. Look at this old radio. Westinghouse Symphonare 66. Wow. Nuclear bombs were still dropped from aeroplanes. Pilots would home in on cities by tracking civilian radio transmissions. Any enemy planes were detected, all radio stations would go silent. That old Westinghouse. That's cool. There's another old radio over here. Here's the studio. Check this out. There it is. In the studio. This old audition. Neat. Over here is actually communications room. Emergency transmitter room. Communication technology would have connected governments and the Canadian military during a Cold War. It's fun to look at this stuff. Can't go past this. Authorized personnel only. Look, I'm on the screen there. I'm on the screen. Oh, look at that light thing. What happens on ham radio stays on ham radio. Wow. Look, there I am. Looking at this looks like Mr. Thrash is working there. It's Mr. Thrasher right there. Putting my back foot in the air and back down. Here's some Cold War words. Cold War, a state of hostility without open warfare between countries. The Cold War was a state of political tension between the Soviet Union and the US and its allies between 1945 and 1991. Superpower, a powerful and influential nation. The term was used specifically during the Cold War to describe the Soviet Union and US. What's a proxy war? War fought between or within less powerful countries whose combatants are being supported by opposing superpowers. MAD. Mutual assured destruction. Or MAD is a military principle that suggests that when two nations recognize they are capable of annihilating each other, neither side has incentive to attack. An Iron Curtain. A non-official boundary between the Soviet Union, Eastern Bloc countries, and the rest of Europe during the Cold War. What is a hot war? A conflict or war that involves actual fighting. Aha. Cold War words. That's about gonna do it here. From Canada's Cold War Museum, the DIEFENBUNKER. Take a look at a couple things in the gift shop. Give it a big thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. If you're new here, that'll let you know when a new episode goes up. You never know what you may be missing here on the Mr. Thrasha Show. We were just in that blast tunnel. I think I'm gonna grab one of these stickers for the old sticker collection. So I've done this place a couple times. Isn't really any place like this anywhere else in the world, so hopefully you enjoyed this anyways. Little DIEFENBUNKER stuffed animal there. We got some of these collectible coins. The blast tunnel there. Super cool. Yeah, I'll pick that up. So again, give it a big thumbs up. Like, subscribe, check out some filming locations, other museums and roadside attractions, and check out FATMAN. Great film. Sum of All Fears as well. One more view of the blast tunnel used in the Sum of All Fears, and that other movie we mentioned as well.
Cuba on Cuban soil is a challenge and a danger, not only to the United States, not only to Central America, but for most, if not all, the cities of Canada.
This is definitely the section they used in Sum of All Fears.
You must be ready for a new day.
Enter the bunker that way. So.
But
Cool.
we can survive. the Emergency Measures Organization.
Thanks again, everybody. Like I said, like, subscribe.
Step 1, know the effects of nuclear.
Never know what you may be missing here on the Mr. Thrasha Show. I'm in the blast tunnel from the Sum of All Fears. Lots of fun there. I love this museum. Actually enjoyed it even more than the other 2 times I've been here, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Thumbs up. We'll see you next time. One more bit of bonus footage. This icicle is still here, and it's still growing. It's got about another 6 inches or more on it since the last time I showed it. Okay. Thanks again, everybody.